Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check. Hope that I am audible. Mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check.
Mic check. 1, 2.
I'm there in spirit. Take a picture.
Hey everyone, King Snow here for Lightspeed Saber League, the world's fastest light-based fencing. Please give me a couple more minutes while I get us set up. Looks like we have our mics working once again, so thanks for your patience, and I do apologize for that. And I'm going to get you a couple matches to watch while I get things set up, so please give me some time. I'm going to turn this around to our blue box over here. Go check. I think you should check that. hope that I'm audible. Checking our mics. Okay. We're almost there, I believe. All right. Can anybody hear me right now? I would appreciate you letting me know. Can anyone in the chat hear me right now? All right, awesome. Thank you. I sounded better a minute ago. I will do what I can. Give me a moment.
Defensive action. Three. Right. Clean on the leg for orange. 2 points orange. Scores 2. Scores 2-0. Orange leads. Ready. Fight. Did you see that?
All right, we got some Statue of Liberty stuff here. Got it. Thank you, Amy, very much. All right, so in a minute, I'm going to try to go over our current standings. So we'll see you. Give me a moment here. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me right now. We are currently on day 2 of Lightspeed Strikes Back qualifiers, and these are the current standings that we have. So at the bottom we got Steve Perez with 4 wins, and it's been a real tight race actually. So the whole bottom 6 are made up with four wins occupiers. So it all comes down to the point differentials. So at the bottom we got Steve Perez, followed by Andre Gonzalez, Hikaru Hayakawa, Dakota Eggert, Joanna Lewis, and Russ Mitchell from Texas, Tony Zaldua from Los Angeles, and Jeremiah Rodriguez, our cadet from Irvine, so or Orange County anyway. So yeah, it's been quite a tight race so far, and there are a whole 22 other people in this race so far. So, but that's only day 1 though. So we're in day 2 now. So it's very, very possible for them to make up the difference. So that this doesn't mean anyone is counted out yet. So there's a lot of possibilities so far still. So in the box right now we've got on the right Donna Kalasa, which is I think is only her 2nd or 3rd competition ever. Still relatively new, but doing quite well for being so new. And on the left, we've got Dakota Eggert, captain from Star Temple, out in Fort Worth, Texas. So, and I think they're just halfway through the match here. It's 4-0 for Dakota. And we're showing what a lot of people call Statue of Liberty. Indirect hit for Dakota on the left there. So we're now at 5-0. Dinah's going to have to work with some stuff she's never seen before here. So, and she sees the opening, goes for it, but although Dakota goes in for the interruption. And they're calling first contact for Dinah. She gets herself up on the board for the first time on this matchup. So good for her. So hopefully, no one likes to finish with 0. So, but it's going to be an uphill battle for her as she is going up against a captain, so that can be quite tough. And he is doing some stuff that she probably is not familiar with, but she gets a nice clean interception right there, and the crowd is very, very happy for her there. So she's no punching bag. She's not letting anyone fuck with her right now. So, apologize for the swearing there. I'm trying to keep it clean. So, another attack there for her, going straight for the head if possible. Looks like they both clash on each other on one of those. So no action. We remain at 5-3, I believe. And I think Dakota's coming in with a little bit less sass here, so he's playing a little bit more safe. So. Another messy exchange, first contact, so they're at 6-3. Dakota definitely has on the advantage for himself to take this all the way up by staying the same. Meanwhile, Dinah's got to be a lot more careful, possibly a little bit more aggressive. A clean a swipe to the hand for Dakota. And we've lost our camera again. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that. Another clash. I think that was probably Dakota just ahead. But it's hard to say. And we're losing our camera a few times. We're losing our camera once in a while, so I apologize for that. We'll have to take a look at that when we can. And I believe that was a victory for Dakota Egerts. His first victory for the day. Next up is Patricia Baller and Jose Ortiz Miranda. This is generally likely to be a tough battle for Baller, but she has surprised people before. And Ortiz Miranda is also another tricky player, so that could be. So that's why this will be a tough one for Baller here. But nice dodge from Baller here. No action here. A little bit of a clash. We have the backs to it, so hard to see it, but they're calling it clean 2 points for Jose Ortiz Miranda, scoring first blood on this matchup. And Ortiz tries to get away with a dance-off, but Baller catches him on the thigh as he tries to get away. So she's coming in a lot deeper than she expects. 1 point by concession, so we stand at 2-1 for Jose Ortiz Miranda. And Baller taking the fight to Ortiz Miranda. She's definitely not lacking in aggression. Ortiz Miranda taking over the box here. Indirect hit for Ortiz Miranda for 1 point. And I think a failed defensive action for Baller here, but she may have touched him actually. So we are throwing that point away, so we stand at 3-1 still. Nice interplay there. Baller coming in with a lunge, but followed up by a pickoff for Ortiz Miranda from below. So they're now at 5-1. Now she definitely doesn't have speed on her side here. A bit of a clash. First contact for Ortiz Miranda. Baller does not have speed on her side here, but she does have some tricks up her sleeve, so we'll see if she's able to pull something out. All right, she's backed in the corner a little bit here. She needs to be careful. Takes the fight to him. He's back in the corner here, and she's picking him off. But she does not catch any target. He actually picks her off from below on the hand there. So that takes it to the bout at 8-1. All right, we're going to go ahead over to a different matchup, one that I can see a little bit better. And over here in the green box, we're going to be over here in the green box, we are catching Allison Fournier versus Aiden Stather. Allison is relatively new, coming out of our newest team, Klamath Falls in Oregon. And she has one of the most interesting stances in the whole tournament, actually. And she's doing a great job baiting people to come in, and she deflects the attack. Look at that. Great job deflecting attacks off the head there. Again, another great job while they're fishing for the hands, and she deflects the attack off. And she managed to score a few counterattacks, actually. So, and let's see what the refs call for this one. Head referee Russ Mitchell enforcing the rules. We're still in the novice portion of the tournament, and he's making sure that she does not strike the floor for power reasons. Is everyone still hearing me okay? Is my voice still distorted? Please let me know, and I'll see if I can do anything about it. still a bit distorted. All right. I will see what we can do. Oh, clean pickoff for Allison Fournier. Very nicely done. We're at 2-3. Aiden Stather on the right is still in the lead. Nice defense from Allison there, but they're deciding to call a reset on that one. Hey. Okay. Slight touch for the left. Allison Fournier off the hilt. Amy Fournier saying, "Go, Allie." Aiden rushes in. Allie interrupts him. Scores the first touch, and she is ahead at 4-3. And she has since abandoned her shield guard, and a nice deflection for Aiden Stather, scoring 3 points, so taking him right up to 6-4. Those defensive plays will take you up the scoreboard really, really fast. So she's got to be extra careful here because she's not the only one. Oh, double touch here. Refs do not penalize him for it. Going for more defense from Aiden Stather. Another defensive action possibly for Aiden Stather. But it looks like there's a slight extra touch. They don't detect that one, so it's 1 point. They have 45 seconds left. Aiden charges in with a straight shot, but refs are not clear on the action, so they reset it. Keeping the action real high. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break here to check in with the refs, so we'll be right back. Okay, I think I've spotted the problem. So please let me know if I sound a little better right now. Mic check 1, 2. I think we did have duplicate mics actually, yes. So I think we may have solved that. Please let me know in the chat. Regardless, I'll be right back. Okay, thanks for the feedback. Appreciate that very, very much. That was very helpful. All right, let's see. I'd like to go to a different matchup actually, so I'm going to head over to the pink box here. So over here, I've got Asher Trask on the right against one of the Wolves, the defender of the Den, Hikaru Hayakawa on the left there. So they are at 2-0. Hayakawa definitely has the advantage in experience, although they're probably equivalently skilled in terms of their speed and agility, actually. Asher Trask quite young, actually. He's still a teenager, but I understand that he does parkour, actually, so he has really, really great agility. You can see the way he moves. He's extremely mobile. Great defense from Hikaru Hayakawa, and also great escape from Asher Trask as well. So great movement. Another great defense. Hayakawa not catching him, though, probably winding up a bit too much for his defensive movements, actually, to catch. So bit of a clash here, but they're calling indirect hit for blue, so that puts it at 2-1. Asher Trask catching up just slightly, although they're both doing a great job of staying away from each other, actually, although they are getting blade engagement, so that's pretty interesting. So another big windup there. Asher Trask really needing to make his attacks a bit more efficient. Oh, great job escaping. Another great defensive play here, but no kill. Looks like there may have been slight touch here. Ref Mullins deciding what to do here. All right, taking a bit long for the decision here. And going with a slight touch to the leg for blue, actually. All right, time is almost out on this match. They're at 42 seconds. Oh, pick off. Clean shot from purple on the left there. Hayakawa up another 2 points there at 4-2. No sound anymore? Do I not have sound? Y'all can't hear me right now? Are y'all not able to hear me? Sounds much better. No sound anymore. Twitch is fine? Okay, thank you. YouTube can hear us as well. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. We'll continue. I hope that it's just a fleeting problem with Mark, but no. But let me know if it's still issues for you so I can see if there's anything else. Oof, those strikes are getting real loud over there. All right, they're at 4-5, and the refs are making a decision. And Mullins deciding to throw it out, so there's only 20 seconds left. Hayakawa, if he wants to win this, he needs to score in the next second. Oh, goodness, wow. Attack from blue, defended from purple. Counter defended by blue, but with a remise from purple, and they actually award him defense for that, so he jumps to 3. So Asher is now the one who needs to rush. So he goes in there, a bit of a clash, no score there. And here he goes again. He's only got 10 seconds. Oh, big shot to the mask possibly, but it looks like he was intercepted by purple just before landing on the head. So that was first touch. No, they're awarding it as a defensive play. I did not see the defense on that one, actually. So that's another 3. So great fight between those two. He caught up real fast. That was extremely dramatic towards the end there. All right, Mark Bono, thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that very much. Very, very helpful. All right, so next up we have another young man here, Logan de Guzman on the left there, getting his saber checked, and let's see who we've got coming in here. I'm not sure who's going in right now. Looks like this may be Kieran Hale going in here. I'm not positive. All right, I think we have Kieran Hale jumping into this one against Logan de Guzman. This is going to be overall a little bit of a tougher fight for Hale on the right. He is working through an injury. He wears a brace on his left leg. So we'll all be shooting for the best for him, but it is going to be tough for him. De Guzman coming out of Phoenix, Arizona. He is an extremely agile young man. He is currently fighting in multiple leagues, but he seems to have taken a liking to us, which we're very glad to see. He has this is his second Lightspeed Saber tournament with us, and he did very well in his first one. He's a bit trailing right now so far with only 2 wins. Let's go ahead and take a look at his position while we have a moment here. So he's currently not on the board. Excuse me. Okay, this is no use to any of you right now, but he's in about 19th position actually right now. So, but he's got a long ways to go. He's still got a ways to go for day 2. So, no touch there for Hale. Again, no touch. Oh, pick off on the hilt there with concession from Hale. So, quite a flurry of attacks there. Both staying back away from each other, actually, so no serious commitments just yet. Give me one moment. I'm going to have a question here.
So there was a hit to the ground as both attacks were being made. One clearly missed hit the ground. The other one 2 points. For the queen, and stop it at the ground. While they were both going ground first.
So, the person in the ground score?
No, the other person did it. So it was a clean miss.
Okay, so you should warn that person.
Yeah, we did. We did. But should we stop it and not score any points, or we give something for the one that
No word. I mean, it happened very close. Yeah, you can award to the person.
Okay.
Someone's bleeding from their finger.
It's not too bad. I just want something to cover it.
Oh, then I got you.
Defensive action for red. 3 points red. The score is 9-7. Fencer salute. First touch win. Ready. Fight. Bring me my red one. I like that. You ever heard the joke with the pirate? He's the guy his glory, and he says, Captain, thousand ship, bring me my red shirt. After the battle, he shouts, thousand shirt. I'm bleeding. Captain, I'm bleeding ship, bring me my brown pants. Bring me my brown pants as well, please. I think you got the joke, right? I've heard it before. But you understand the meaning, right? Bring me my brown pants. Yeah, we're a little speaking of that. I'm proud of you, little one. She got me good.
We all got. No, she had a couple. Huh?
He jumped into it. He jumped. Go ahead. He jumped. I went sideways. He jumped. Are you okay? Salt and pepper. Break. Clean for white. 2 points white. Break. Scores 4-0. White leads. Ready. Fight. Oh.
We heard 1 second.
Ignore that. Ready. Fight. Break.
Yes.
Honor call for white. 1 point red. Ready. Fight. Break. First contact white. 1 point white. Score is 5-1. White leads. Break. Ready. Fight.
We'll get there.
Break. Clean for white. 2 points white. Score 7-1. White leads.
Okay, same with you.
Ready. Fight. Break. Clean for white. 2 points white. Score is 9-1. Foul. Good job, guys.
I woke up with him making you hungry. I'm like, exit bacon, baby. Exit bacon. I don't like eggs anyway. The moment he said I did not eat, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make this so much easier. I like eggs. I'm rooting for you. Tony. Please.
Does this do video?
Target on his back.
No, but this camera, I
Oh, no, but I have been on my feet a lot, so I'm just a little tired of this. Boy, my phone is barely charging.
I'll be head ready for this one. The one with
right. Hello, everyone. You have Rue and Ace from LA base, who's not doing so hot, but you know, can't live up to your nickname every day.
Right.
uh,
Now we got Logan on the left with the red Saber, and Asher with the blue Saber.
so Logan is with a Saber Academy, so he has a lot of proper fencing training.
He does have a lot of proper fencing training. He's actually from Phoenix area.
Okay.
Yeah. We actually met him at San Diego Sabres tournament a little while ago. It just happened to go on right between the two tournaments we were hosting, and so we were like, might as well show up and, you know, try and get our name out there to bring more people to the like our tournaments and just get people excited. So he actually came out to the tournament we hosted that next weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's super
he did
cool.
really well. He placed 4th overall in that tournament, which was super awesome.
He sort of reminds me. I don't know if you were around too much with Kessler, who did kendo for a long time.
Okay.
But he reminds me of like a fencing Kessler,
Yeah.
where he's just like nothing shakes him, and he's just like, oh cool, we're just gonna keep doing it and doing it and doing it.
Oh, nice. So we actually had Logan win that match 9-3. That's awesome.
So how's the pool going? And your fighting times and fights going well in general?
We actually haven't had any matches time out or anything like that, which is really interesting. You kind of expect at least like a couple matches here and there to like time out.
Especially with even at 8 points, normally we're doing like 2 minutes or 2 minutes and 30.
Okay.
They're both active, yeah?
I think so. Yeah.
You might want to double check that they're all active. I've been silencing
Check. Okay, and then yours is that one?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, that looks good. Cool. But yeah.
That's awesome.
We
Yeah.
haven't had a lot of timeouts. Today, there's been a lot of like high point values. We haven't had too many matches that actually went to just directly like the point cutoff. It's always been at least a point or two above, actually, which is really surprising.
That is really good, and it's really good for the fighters too.
No, yeah,
because-
it's great for the fighters, especially the people that started off a little rough yesterday, just because, you know, they're a little sore after our Thursday sparring matches, or, you know, they're just getting their sea legs for the tournament and everything. I think everyone's been doing really well, which is awesome, and there's been a lot of like solid like camaraderie. Like, we've our box specifically had a few issues with Sabers just malfunctioning or turning off or whatever, and without fail, there's been someone from typically a different base ready with a Saber to hand off, so that way we can just keep those fights going and keep people going.
That's awesome.
Which is so fun to see. Like, I love seeing that kind of like awesome sportsmanship where everyone doesn't care about winning or losing necessarily. Like, we all want to win, but we put so much emphasis on just trying to keep those matches going and make sure everyone gets a fun, fair fight. It's so great to see.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Our green box has been going pretty much one of the fastest boxes going, and we've seen some insanely high energy matches. And granted, you know, we're a little higher. We're not. I don't think we're the highest power box necessarily, but we've been going at a pretty solid beat, and you know, we've had a couple tips.
No, definitely.
Couple tips and whatnot, but
yeah,
we've had three matches get close to time, and most of them have been going to like 55 or 45 seconds only.
Okay.
And it's been a lot of really swingy matches.
Yeah.
And a lot of like, oh, you can't adapt to what I'm gonna do to you.
Right.
GG. And
No, yeah.
oh, turn the because.
How's this power? How's this power?
Got it?
I'll get it.
Yeah? Okay, we got it.
So here it looks like Selassie
That's Dakota. That's Dakota.
is
it's not.
no, it's Dakota's judging.
Yeah.
So it's
Dakota's
Selassie.
right now.
Has to be Selassie, right?
Yes, that's
'Cause
Selassie.
there's-
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. All right.
So
And
it's
Tony.
Selassie versus the champ Tony.
And one of the things I'm noticing here already is Selassie's really not letting Tony have any room to move.
No, definitely not.
Which Tony's good against, and I think he's getting some. They're both very fast with the blades. Tony's one of those fighters that, because he's so athletic in every other sport that he does, and he just sits there for hours just like, I'm going to make sure I'm really good at this. Both in TSL and in Lightspeed, where he's been a champion in both of them, at least in his age bracket for TSL, and in doubles, I think. But he's just a monster. He just doesn't get tired. There's nothing you can do to make you. All you can do is try and outmaneuver him if you're lucky. And I think Selassie had the right idea to not give him any room to move.
I think this mic is mine.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry about that. Hopefully you've been able to hear him on the other mic. But
there we go. Okay, I think both mics are working out.
So here, this is Troy and
Aiden.
Well, not Aiden. It's the Dadler. Dad Statler.
Yes.
So both the Statlers have a more fencing background also, from what I noticed. Troy has been doing almost exclusively Ren class practice. And he's been working most recently, I think, with Warlord and Russ and Kat. But he's not able to practice as much as... He does a lot of stuff himself, but he doesn't have a lot of time to do, like, any sort of official training. But, I've been hearing from other fighters that dealing with the crossguard has been very difficult.
Yeah. Well, you typically don't see them very often. I found in tournaments that you maybe see one once in a blue moon, if that, you know.
I mean, they are expensive hilts if you buy them pre-built.
Very much so. They're really expensive. You know, even the cheaper ones are like a good 150 at least. You know, we actually bought one off of Matt Dominguez a few years ago.
Okay.
So we have one. We just rarely practice with it because of how hefty it is.
Yeah.
Those things are not easy to wield. And so a lot of the time, those fighters just...
It's mine. I'm going to give this away. No, it's this one. I think if I just move this one over here, you're good.
Okay, hopefully that works. But in general, I found that they're just super unwieldy, and it's very difficult to really get, really good at them just because you tire out so fast, There's also, just the distancing that you have to consider because the itself has to be like within certain parameters, and the blade has to be as well. And I believe with the equipment rules, the Quillians count as blade?
Quillians count as blade if it's above. So if you manage to get a glove hit, any kind of glove hit, there's not really an indirect possible because of the Quillians. So it sort of eases up a little bit of that in the rule set.
So it's a very defensive style you have to take on, and it's very Form 3, I would say. Very much defensive. You have to really just keep that iron defense and then wait for that chance to block and then just move in super fast to strike.
Yeah, and especially with a two-handed form and not really able
Definitely.
There's no one really like pommel striking with a Quillian because the weight added is so high.
Yeah.
Unless you're just loose fishing, as I call it, where you're just like, I'm just going to push it forward and just let the momentum do its work and pray that I can do something.
No, yeah.
Normally that's more of like, all right, I'm going to back up.
Yeah.
Get out of there and then just drag the saber back to myself. Like, I'm not doing this.
So it looks like Dad Statler actually won his match against
he came
Troy.
in, got some good adaptations.
Definitely.
Crossguard.
I definitely heard defensive bonus thrown around a couple times there. which is always awesome to see because that's really what we're going for here in this sport is just keeping people defensive so that way it's not just a big race to see who can, bludgeon each other faster.
Right. Yeah. And one of the things that this has also done is drastically reduce the amount of power that's going into other fighters.
Yes.
There is, I think there's a little bit more whipping from blade contact.
Yeah, definitely.
But, that's more little spot bruises here and there.
No,
but,
definitely.
I think in general, one of our matches both attempted a lunge in with a parry riposte. Expecting to be able to, hoping to beat the other person's saber away.
Yeah.
And they ended up clashing at the emitters, both two-handed.
Oh.
And we thought that someone's hand might have broken, or blades
Oh,
had broken,
God,
or
yeah.
whatever. And nothing. They were like, oh, no, there wasn't even a power call. It was just really loud, really good. And
more info about SD Club and what y'all got coming up. So,
so I'm gonna have to go because I have to run green
all right,
box.
no problem.
Good luck.
Thank you. So, the San Diego group for Lightspeed is located in Escondido. Right now, we don't have any tournaments set up coming down the pipeline yet, but I'm sure we're going to be planning something fairly soon. It's really just about balancing, travel time a lot because, we're kind of the farthest group out in California, in Southern California, other than possibly Palm Springs from a lot of the central groups because a lot of them are Los Angeles County based or Orange County based. So we're really trying to have people come down and, check our area out, check out our group. If you are ever interested in dropping by and hanging out, please feel free. We love having new people come by and just watching a few times just to get a feel for what Lightspeed is, and what it looks like for just a regular practice. We do live stream our practices oftentimes. It really depends on turnout. Definitely. Yeah, Escondido is pretty far from a lot of the Orange County groups, so we're hoping to try and build up a larger community for Lightspeed down in San Diego. We found that San Diego has a lot of, just trouble keeping groups going just because, there's so many groups and oftentimes those smaller groups tend to get overrun by the larger groups, unfortunately. But we're really hoping that we can, keep pushing through and really start building our group up and get a really awesome community going because that's what it's about. We want to be able to have huge groups just sparring and getting into the sport because it's so much fun. I know personally, my focus has never been on pure victory 100%. I will accept nothing less. You can ask any of the competitors around. When I'm checking in on people, seeing how they're doing, a lot of the questions I ask is, are you having fun? Because it is fun and it should be fun. So that's really what we're trying to do is just get people out here and get people having fun, This is such a cool sport. We're literally fighting with lightsabers. It's awesome, And so this should be a fun sport to watch, to participate in, to just interact with on any level. And so for me, I know personally, I want to keep, advertising it and pushing it to try and get more people interested and, get people out here. The kids. But yeah, so right now with San Diego in general, nothing specific is, that was a clean hand pick from Selassie. Yeah, nothing specific yet, but we're definitely looking into things and trying to plan stuff a bit. Ooh. But yeah. So it looks like Solasi won his match just now. He is a very interesting fighter. I haven't actually had the chance to fight him myself, but just from watching him, he's very active. He's very pushy. He's not gonna like give you room to stay comfortable. He's going to keep on you. So you really have to have that defense super far up. I know, right? They always suck. So right now it looks like we got Tony gearing up, and I am not sure who he's sparring against, or competing against. Looks like Troy. Awesome. I'm interested to see how Tony, who is a very experienced fighter, is going to react to fighting against a Ren class.
When you're ready, fire salute. Pitch begin.
Blade? Okay. So they're throwing that one out for blade action. Yeah. So actually, if Troy had actually moved it just a little more to the right, he got in Tony's head, he would have gotten a priority shot. But it looks like Tony just got his first clean shot of this match. Definitely, Tony's a really talented opponent. Like me and Ace were talking about earlier, he's been champion in multiple leagues for a while now. He's definitely not someone that you can underestimate whatsoever. You really have to bring your A game if you're gonna fight against him. So right now we got Tony in the lead. All right, calling in a simultaneous shot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I definitely think that was a good call. It definitely looked like Troy got him on the arm. Good job. Troy got a clean shot. I can respect that. Yeah. I've always had a problem with the Statue of Liberty. It just, one, I'm always moving. If the camera's been on my box while I've been competing, you'll see I'm constantly jumping around, moving around, trying to find the best possible angle. All right, so joining us right now, we've got Allie. She's one of our, she's our only female cadet right now.
Hi.
Which is awesome to see. We love just having everyone come out and just try things out and fight. She's with her dad, who was in my box this tournament, which is really fun. He's a really fun opponent to fight. Have you been enjoying the tournament, Ali? How you feel like everything's going, especially in your box?
Actually, things in my box are actually going pretty smooth. I have a few wins under my belt, also a few losses, but overall, it's been really fun. The kind of the atmosphere of we're here to have fun, make sure no one gets hurt, and to enjoy fencing with lightsabers.
Right. Because that's one of the big draws for a lot of people is, so I get to sword fight with lightsabers. Yeah. Why wouldn't I try this?
It's like the highlight of my weekend, because practically every Saturday we go and our group's pretty small. We have I fight with about 5 people.
Yeah.
Same 5 people for the last 2 years. But still, we just have a lot of fun. Fun making up new games or dual wielding or mostly just playing around. But
Definitely.
honestly, it's one of the best parts of my weekend.
So right now we got Tony versus Troy. Tony being the, because his fun, exactly. To every sparring practice and turn I go to. Honestly, yeah, tournaments are so fun. I especially love this environment of tournament just because there's so many new people to fight. I know, Ali, you were saying earlier that you were a little nervous about like just fighting all these new people and really getting a feel for how everyone fights. How have you been faring against that?
I'm doing better than I thought I would. I've always kind of been bad at reading people, but I think just the experience of fighting new person after new person after new person has really helped me. But kind of been able to read kind of their preference of where they aim for the most, kind of what they want to do, if they're feinters, if they taunt, kind of thing.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a good question. Who's been your toughest opponent so far?
I would have to say it was Joanna. She completely shut me out in about 30 seconds. It was, I tried and failed really miserably.
Oh yeah, Joanna is definitely a very okay. She's definitely a very talented fighter. You definitely have to be on your A game with her as well. That defense is going to be a major challenge for anyone fighting her. But I am needed elsewhere, so I will leave the stream for Ali for now. So good luck, guys.
In here, so you can
Oh, so I can
comment on your father.
Oh yeah.
I'm able to criticize him.
Just remember the rules for commentating.
I don't know.
keep it clean.
This has certainly been one of the most exciting things I've done all summer. Just coming here, and we did workshops at first. I started to meet people. Qualifiers started, and it was so much fun. It was honestly incredible. We walk in, and we're like, we're starting to fight. I get all geared up. We get started, and we're fighting, and it sounds weird, like bad, but they always ask if I'm okay, if they think they hit too hard, that kind of thing. The atmosphere here is just incredible. What kind of workshops? We did a footwork workshop the first day, and we did defensive workshop first day. Second day, we did combat cheat sheet, and I forgot the two other things, but it was kind of traps and learning how to read other people. That was really interesting. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to the last two workshops. I watched parts of them though. But when I did the defensive workshop, that's how I really started to, I learned a lot of deflex, and that's how I started to add that to my fighting stance, which, if you have seen my fighting stance, it is certainly unique, to say the least. So, who are we fighting? No, Kat's fighting. I'm really excited to fight Kat, see if I can. She's really good at, I've seen her do a lot of defenses, like defensives. Really good, really fast, patient, really waits for her opening. Excited for this match. Which part do you want me to expand on?
Hey, Troy. We're in this dojo. No mercy. We got this dojo. No mercy.
That was cool. So, she's really good at defensive, which is where when her opponent comes in to attack her, she deflects and immediately she parries and returns. And those are pretty rare. They get 3 points, and those are, I've only gotten, I think, 2 in my 9 matches. They're pretty hard to do, But when you do them, it's so satisfying. You get 3 points and you feel really cool. It's one of my favorite things to try and practice.
Hit bro. Violation. Yellow card. That's power. Oh, no. That's the whole play. You straight up.
Oh, that was such a graze. Yeah, that was definitely indirect.
Look. This is your whole entire. Yeah. So yellow card, bro. Sorry. I did say no mercy.
I certainly like her stance. It's kind of a bit of a traditional fencing, but she kind of holds her hand out there as kind of like a trap. It's kind of what that's my main stance is I keep my hand up for a head guard, and that taunts people to come in and try and hit my hand, and then I can deflect. My favorite person to spar against. Oh wow. I've fought 9 people so far, and they're all super unique and super fun to fight. I would say I had a lot of fun fighting Sean Holtzman. It was really fun. He was kind of starting to read me really well, and so since I get down really low, he decided to match me, and he got down really low, which is really fun because I haven't had a lot of people decide to do that. So it was fun trying to practically read my own defense. I enjoyed that match a lot. William's suiting up. William is super exciting to even just to watch. He's just really light on his feet. He does a lot of taunting taps on the floor. Who is he fighting against? He's fighting against John. I didn't really fight against John. I did a few practice spars. That was not really spars. We did a bit of fighting together. That was certainly interesting because he has a really good way of reading people and finding those little openings. This is a good matchup. I'm excited at this.
Even though, can't give you a yellow for me being so far attacked. So we got.
Aiden, look this way.
Hello, what's going on here?
I was saying that William is soon enough to fight John, which is certainly an interesting match. I always like watching William.
Mic check 1 2. Oh, sorry about that, everybody. Allie, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty well. I'm having a lot of fun over here. Certainly a good new experience. My favorite.
I noticed that you're completely off camera.
Oh no.
Would you like to join me on camera here? All right. I think
don't hit anything.
the people. I think the people have a right to know who they're talking to. So, have you introduced yourself, Allison?
I was kind of introduced. Yeah, I'm Allie. I am.
Can you come a little bit closer?
we don't have a ton of space here, so we'll do our best there. Yeah.
I've been fighting for about 2 years. That's when we first started getting interested in this.
Wow, 2 years.
Yeah.
We haven't even known your team for 2 years.
We started out with just using fencing sabers for traditional fencing, and then when my dad was doing a bit more research on this, we found this group, and we started with just the rules. Then we started to kind of see if we wanted to be an official group. It was a slow process, but it was actually really, really glad we ended up doing this. It's certainly fun meeting all these people that are like into lightsaber fencing, because that doesn't I don't meet a lot of those people where I'm from. It's always, I get this confused, like, you're fighting fencing with lightsabers. Yes. It's the best thing I do all weekend.
That's awesome. That's a great way to think about it. So do you get any flack other than that, though? Like, do people make fun of it? Because that's something that still happens sometimes, you know?
Yeah, I get a few people who like laugh about it later, but honestly, no one's ever like upfront told me that's like lame or nerdy or something, and even if they do, I'd be like, yeah, but it's so much fun. I've actually had a few people that are like, really, how does that work? And it's actually really fun to talk about. I do have a few friends who are actual fencers, and we do get in arguments a lot about the difference between lightsaber fencing and regular fencing. And that's certainly interesting because they're very adamant that what we do is not actually fencing. And that's fun to argue.
Well, I guess in a sense they're right, because it's definitely not traditional fencing, you know. But in my opinion, if you're simulating using a deadly weapon that's held in your hands, then that's a type of fencing, you know.
Mm-hmm. So like that's their main point. Is they're like, well, it's not traditional fencing, then it's not fencing at all. And I'm like, no, not quite. It's not traditional fencing, but it's still considered fencing.
Yeah.
But
well, fencing is a very broad term, you know, because if you are part of HEMA, also known as Historical European Martial Arts, then you fence with longsword, or you fence with military sabers, you know. There's even what people kind of call the fourth forgotten type of Western fencing, which was bayonet fencing, actually, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So that form is kind of forgotten these days, but yet there was a time where people competed with that, you know, and it's very cool. You're basically fencing with a musket, and it's pretty cool, you know. So
honestly, that sounds high intensity fencing matches with a bayonet.
Actually, I think it's a really cool art form, actually. So the way they lunge is completely different, you know.
Well,
so it's very, very cool.
That sounds really interesting, fencing with both a gun and a sword at the same time.
Yeah, I think you ignore the gun part, but otherwise it's really, really cool though. So yeah.
Certainly check that out.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we now both the pink box and the green box have just finished their matches, so we can actually start with a match from the very beginning. Actually, what do you think, Allie?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So what do you think? Should we go with the pink box or the green box? Looks like your dad might be just getting started.
My dad's getting suited up. So.
All right. So we going with pink box?
Yep.
All right. We're going with pink box. And I think your mom may be in the chat as well. Actually.
I saw her a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, definitely was easy to tell, even without the name, who that was.
Fighting?
Let's see. Kevin Fournier looks like John. No, that looks like Steve Perez from Penguin Saber Academy there.
Yeah.
All right.
Excited to see this. See how my father fares.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think Steve Perez has probably been at this a little longer than your dad has, but your dad is. I saw you in action with your dad, and it looked like a good fight, you know. So he's definitely not a schlub for sure, you know.
He has a certain tenacity.
Yeah. Head ref Andre complimenting both fencers for their sense of style, having a green fencing mask with a green saber and a blue mask with a blue saber. So Andre's always been about style, so we'll see about adding in some style points in the future. Yeah. What do you think would be a good style point to have?
I think style points
Yeah.
we should base off of costumes and how they match that with the gear that they need
Yeah.
and their saber.
Yeah. I can swing with that. Well, how about the Hawaiian shirt and the green box over here?
Certainly an interesting aesthetic.
Yeah.
Kind
definitely.
of touristy, but ready to fight.
Yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead. All right, we'll focus on the pink box here. We're at 1-0 for Perez right now.
Ooh.
Kind of a pick off the hilt there, possibly indirect hit, but the refs are calling it a clean contact, so that's 2 points for green. So it is now 3-0. Allie, why don't you call the next one?
Ooh, that was a clean strike to the emitter. I was a
Yeah.
little late on that.
What was your dad trying to do at that moment when he got
He was
hit?
trying
though?
to sky hook it.
Yeah.
But he didn't really get his hand high enough.
Yes. Yeah. Oh!
Clean sky hook.
Clean shot for Fournier. I taught him that. All right, he's coming in. He's definitely on the board. False lunge there from Fournier. Both sizing each other up here. Good job staying out of the way. He might have got a side hook there. I'm not sure. All right, looks like a double contact for both there.
Definitely heard both of those.
Yeah, but that was a nice move, though. If he just got his arm just a little more out of the way, he would have had that. Would have been a nice move. Oh, no. Wow.
Wow. That
right.
was certainly a hard strike.
Yeah, but Fournier being a good sport goes in to check on Steve, what was his name again?
Steve Perez.
Steve Perez, that's right. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, checking on Steve Perez, make sure that he's okay. Showing some good sportsmanship and good humanity there. So good on you, good on the Fournier family there. All right, Allie, go for it.
Feints. Oh.
Oh no!
That was a delayed
Early
reaction.
shot from Green. Ref accurately calls an interception shot. So very good call from the refs there. Good spotting. And I think that was some revenge from Steve Perez for the last one, yeah?
Certainly. Oh.
I didn't see it. Call it, Allie.
It looked like a defensive, but it could have been an indirect because it looked like it kind of slid down.
All right. Ref Hikaru, not sure what to call here. And head ref Andre needs to have a conference here with Rue.
I didn't see any second contact, but then again, I don't have a good angle on that.
All right.
All right.
They decided to throw it away. Probably the best decision. Score is 7-4 right now, so Fournier's got a little bit of time to make up for it. Oh.
Right on the hilt.
Yeah. Oh.
Good match, though.
Yeah, it was pretty good,
Solid
though.
opponent.
Yeah. Definitely showed that he was not to be messed with, though. Okay. That was a good one. All right. So, what do you think? What do you think Fournier could have done better there?
Certainly needs to work on his sky hook. That if he wants to try to do that, he needs to get a hand a little bit higher, so it's kind of out of the way of any opposing blades.
Yeah.
Besides that, I think he was doing pretty well. He certainly has been trying to work on getting in and getting out, making sure that he's not leaving himself open.
Yeah.
I feel like there's still a little bit he could work on that, but he's certainly come a long way from when
Yeah.
he first started practicing.
Yeah.
Overall, solid match.
Well, I'd say he did a really good job staying just out of Steve Perez's range. So you saw him doing all those little hops backwards, and that's important because you don't want to run away too far. Otherwise, you rob yourself of the opportunity to counterattack. You know.
Yeah.
So he did really good with that. I think he just needed to do a better job of using his blade to remove the opponent's blade, so that when he steps back, he'll be well positioned to deliver those counterattacks. You know. All right. Looks like up next we've got in the pink box. William Alonso on the left with the red. Another great ensemble, actually. And Kat Larange also in blue on the right here. Any predictions on this one?
I know Kat is really good at defending herself, and I know William's really good at looking for openings. So
True.
this is
A bit of a clash there, I feel. We have a question in the chat, actually. When you want to take that, Allie?
I'm not certain that there would be an advantage because while it does protect your hands, it also leaves that cross guard open. So if it does get hit, it is easier to tell when it gets hit, kind of like the hands.
Ooh.
So I would say it might be a slight advantage, but not a big differing advantage.
So I'm going to take Thank you, Ali. I'm going to take a guess that our questioner may be asking about whether cross guards in Star Wars actually work or not. You know, if we pay attention carefully, Kylo Ren has never blocked another lightsaber with the cross guard. You know, right? Because they're not. It's not a cross guard formally. They're vents, right? He has, however, blocked the vibro weapons used by the Praetorian Guard, you know? So we know that it can be used to block those weapons. But as far as we know, we don't know whether it actually blocks an actual lightsaber or not, you know? But to fully answer the question, within our league, we do treat the crossguard as fully effective against another lightsaber, though. So I hope that answers the question. All right, so shall we get back to this matchup here? We're at 2-4 with Cat Larange in the lead right now, and a tip just went flying off of Cat Larange's blade, so they might have to take a moment to replace that. Now, while we have a pause here, are you a fan of the Kylo Ren saber or not?
In this league or in Star Wars?
Star Wars, then this league.
Star Wars, I think it certainly it gives a certain aesthetic to him. I feel like with just a normal red lightsaber, it wouldn't give him kind of the imposing feeling that I think his character has. I do not call myself a Star Wars expert, though. I have not watched all of the movies. I've only seen a few of them. And in terms of this league, I have watched. I think there's only one person here that uses it, and while I watch, I certainly think that it's there's. I'm not really sure because I've seen him use it, and I think it works just the same as a regular blade, but it does give a certain aesthetic to the fighting, and gives two-handed a little bit more of an edge, in my opinion.
So would you ever use it yourself?
I personally wouldn't because I'm a fan of the pommel grip, and using that, I feel with a cross guard just gives them more targets.
Well, it is also extremely heavy. I mean, the Ren Saber and Lightspeed Saber is 3 times heavier than the Ray Saber, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you got to be real strong to be able to pommel that, actually. So, yeah. But that's actually a really good point. So. Now, have you fought against it yet?
I have not fought against Troy. Troy, I haven't fought against him yet. I've fought 9 people so far, all of them certainly interesting and exciting matches. I pretty much, there's not a person here that I wouldn't be interested in fighting. I do during practice. I have a few people that I'm going to ask to do some spars with.
All right. So we're at 5-5 actually in this matchup, and no action there. And I think that was first touch for Red, most likely. And they're calling it for the head potentially, but I didn't see a headshot, did you?
I did not see a headshot. Saw a shoulder and a hand.
Yeah. So probably missighted slightly, and the refs are making discussion, not sure what about. I think they're discussing whether it was head or not, actually. So it might have been grazed off the side of the mask, potentially, actually, which was actually not on our side of the matchup. So it looks like they are awarding the headshot to Red, so it's now 7-5. So Cat Larange, if she wants to take this, she needs to hurry up. Okay. Although a minute is a fairly long time in Lightspeed Saber time.
Yeah.
Okay. Green going for the taps and some rising attacks and just barely skating by each other. Wow.
Oh, wow.
With a skid off the hilt for Larange, I believe. I think they're just trying to figure out whether it was clean or not.
I didn't see any returning contact except to the blade, so I think it would be clean. But I don't have the best angle on this.
But that was a really wild rally there. So they're calling it clean contact for Larange, so it's now 7-7.
Sudden death.
Ref Andre encouraging them to take their time. Oh! A pick to the shoulder. But there was a second action from Red. That first touch was really light. I couldn't hear that one, actually.
I
Yeah.
barely heard it. I
Yeah.
heard it hit his clothes, and then I heard him hit her back.
Yeah, I heard her. I actually thought he touched her first, and then I realized there was a touch earlier than that. Yeah. Yeah. So good. William's always been really good on honor. You know, he's always been willing to let everyone know whether he was touched or not. So he's always been real good about that. You know? What do you think about honor, Allie?
I think that it's a really good encouragement to do that. You get a certain advantage the more that you admit that you were hit. I feel like it gives a good moral edge to the competition because it really I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I do like it though. I've never been one to feel a lot of the times that I get hit, so I try and do my best to do any honors that I can actually feel, but I've never really been that good at it. So I know that just trying constantly to just make sure that everything, the refs have all of the knowledge to be able to make the best decisions. I think that makes for a really, really great match. So we have John stepping up against Kevin in the pink box. Oh, we have a sudden death tie going into overtime in the green box. No, I don't trust myself to rotate the camera. I'm sorry. Certainly both just waiting for the opportunity to strike. All right, let's look at this starting pink match. Like I said, it was John against Kevin, blue and red versus blue. I don't know how to switch it back to this thing. Oh no. Not that one. This one. There we go. Goes in strong. Ah, clean shot to the hand. Oh, all right. So they called it as there was second contact. All right. Oh, no. Good concession. Turns it into a clean shot. I actually have not seen any Star Trek movies. I know quite a few people that have been trying to get me to watch them. Have any Star Trek recommendations for me? Ooh, clean shot to the hand. Oh, that clean headshot. That was incredible. Ooh. Oh, ref is kind of stumped. So currently Kevin is in the lead, 7-3, but this might get it really close. So the refs are deliberating. I'm trying to think. I have a feeling that it's either going to be a clean shot or a defensive, but I am not exactly sure. You want to drive a tractor and mow the lawn with a lightsaber. That certainly sounds like a fun experience. Yep, feel free. So
Go for it. Thank you.
joining us is Troy.
Ali, you need to push that one.
Alright. Hello, seating out commentator table.
Make sure your voice kind of hits around the yellow or so.
Testing. I'm a little low. How about here? That seems about right. Yep. Hello, y'all. I'm Troy Kurtzinger. I guess since the footage is on the purple ring, I'll look at it.
Ooh.
Seen that exchange a good few times.
It is 7-6. Kevin is in the lead. Kevin is blue.
Clean for one or unclean for the other, and this is over. He's entering with those nearly points. He's trying to space them out. Both fishing for a beat, it looks like. And I think that's, indirect.
Yep, indirect.
I think that's 7-7.
Yep. Sudden death. Certainly a very...
They can fly around the whole time.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw, but there was a sudden death overtime in the green box, and they were just kind of standing there.
Man, I had 2 sudden deaths in my pools.
Oh, wow. I don't think we've had a sudden... Well, I think we had one sudden death in our pool.
You can see our side. They're going clean. That's correct call.
All right. Kevin takes the match.
Good for Kevin. I expected Sean to take this one, honestly.
Yeah. This was actually a really even matchup. Both of them are very kind of flurrying, where they'll defend and then try and get in as many attacks as possible before they can get out.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been pleasantly surprised by almost every fighter I've fought.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's brought their A game.
Mhm. And there's a lot of unique fighting.
Yeah.
The styles are all pretty different. Certainly really interesting to see how which fighting styles kind of take the lead.
Yeah.
So those kind of matches are always really fun.
It's always interesting to see that clash of styles, absolutely. I mean, am I in the yellow? I've become best friends with a microphone.
Up close and personal.
All right, looks like...
Okay, do I prefer fencing outside or inside? I've done both, and I do like the outside. It gives me a little bit more space to move around, but inside is, we play on carpet, so it's a little bit harder, but I guess I'm used to it by now.
They've asked us to turn cam, and I don't know how. And for the outside-inside discussion, one of them has AC, and I come from Texas. Oh no, it's just us.
It's just us.
Really entertaining.
So we got, I believe there aren't any matches going on at the moment.
Doing a safety check for green ring and purple ring. They're having,
I do not trust myself to rotate the camera, but we can certainly try.
I believe we need an adult. I will find an adult. Or other way.
Do we want to go here?
Oh, who's done?
This way. I'm not tall enough for that.
Over the green?
Yep.
How's that angle?
Okay. That looks pretty good. A little bit more this way.
Nice.
So, changing to this fight scene, it is... Oh, that was a very clean shot.
Versus Sean
Friedman.
All right.
Sean is a very, very interesting opponent because...
He's very tall.
Very tall, has his long arms, which means a lot of reach. Certainly interesting learning how to deflect from that.
Russ is my coach. He is a very traditional fencer and very hard to read.
Yeah, I played against him, shut me out completely.
Was that I guess it wasn't a hand contact.
Oh.
Was that a hold on Russ's part?
I would say so.
It was
but
pretty
I think
short though, so I don't think the rest would have
Yeah. I think it was more of a pause because he knew that he hit him.
Russ did also mention that he's trying to conserve energy as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And given that there is still semis that was
his
a dive.
clean headshot.
Absolutely excellent.
7-0.
We got a feels good nerf check. Guy on the right says, "Don't come to Kashyyyk tomorrow." Vibes. Was that a return? How was? My brain wants to say unclean return.
Me too.
They're calling like two-sided
Oh.
headshots. They're probably
I would
tossing.
throw it out.
They,
Oh.
1 point in.
1 point goes to
Okay.
Sean.
We've only got a camera here, more or less.
Oh. Yep. Either way, I believe Russ takes the match. Certainly interesting.
And
Ooh, we
so
have
we have to
in-
divert.
in the pink box, we have an ongoing match between Steve Perez and William Alfonso, I believe is his name.
This is William Alonso.
Alonso.
versus-
My bad. Oh,
Who's the other opponent?
Steve Perez.
Oh, is he the guy that came? Does he have like a HEMA background or?
Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of. I can't remember the name for the life of me. I do
Other
know.
combat sports?
I don't know honestly.
All right, we
But he's very, very talented.
apologize, folks.
Ooh.
Was that a simul?
Yeah, I
Yep.
would say that was a Simo.
A part of me hoped that one of them had managed to avoid the hit. I really do. Man,
Hits the
that,
emitter.
that standoff went very well for Steve.
I can't see the points. Can you see how many points?
It is 0-5.
Steve's
In
favor.
Steve's favor, yeah.
Wow.
Steve is eating.
Oh.
That's a return right there. Come on.
It looks
Give
like
it
he
to
might
him.
have gotten a first contact.
It's
I didn't
it's
see
an
it.
indirect if it isn't a parry.
Yeah.
He didn't see that side. Oh no. Don't do my man William like. I mean, it could just not have happened, but like I really want it to be a parry.
Yeah, it looks like a great.
Chad is asking us to enhance. You gotta.
I don't know how.
That's an after the stream, man. This should go somewhere. This should exist for perpetuity. Video replay. Call headquarters. Headquarters is in California, as far as I know.
What's up? Oh, no,
Being a functioning member of society.
Ooh, that's the thing now.
Apparently.
So, can I come and take this one since I know both fighters?
Certainly.
All right.
Give me my
if you can
seat.
I'm gonna come join Troy and our great. So we have Steven versus William, aka Mad Dog versus the Siren. So Mad Dog William is one of those fighters that predictable, but he can get in. The moment you snap in,
I would call that indirect.
yeah,
Because it looked like it snapped under the. There it is.
yeah, the indirect. Steven. Steven is actually a pretty good fighter. I fought him in TSL.
He's 6 ahead right now. He is dominating.
Well, he's actually a pretty good fighter. I'm telling you. Like, I fought him in San Diego, and I fought him in Arizona. Beat him twice. He's not an easy fighter. Like, this man will come in speed blazing.
Chad is saying that HQ is on Naboo. What is your opinion?
Okay, HQ is not on the road.
I'm not sure we're a Coruscant kind of organization. But
Yeah.
there is still a fight going in green, so I'll turn cam for us.
Turn the cam. So, we have Joanna versus Jeremiah.
Oh, man, this is a fight,
a
that's for
match
sure.
of the women's top champion versus
number 2 in the league.
prodigy kid, the man that can
Here they
surpass
are.
Tony.
I only got video on that one. I have no idea how that went.
So yeah, me either. I'm blocked by
I do not
Jeremiah's
envy these
mom,
judges at all.
so I cannot see.
He is in the
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah.
I fought both of them. Jeremiah's nothing to sneeze at.
Oh, yeah,
He's
Jeremiah
actually
has an
really
excellent
good,
fight computer.
really precise, and his fast speed. Ooh, we have
His
an
footwork is
indirect
excellent.
from Jeremiah.
So
But we'll see.
Joanna plays her game,
Yeah.
and you will play her game.
Oh, the thing about Joanna, she will come in. If you you underestimate her, she will hit you with a
Yep.
snipe attack.
Absolutely.
But Jeremiah is one of those fighters. You do not want to play the long ring mage with him. I stepped in the ring, beat him twice.
Nice.
2 tournament, beat him twice. He's nothing sees that. Like in my channel, you can see at the last second where him and me fought to the 1 second point. I hit him in the head, took off my helmet, and held it up high
Jeremiah
like
got
JoJo.
Like, yeah.
Would that be indirect? My angle's bad. My angle is
So
bad.
7-4. Jeremiah's still leading. 49 seconds on the clock. We'll see. Can Jeremiah take it, or can the #1 women's champion take it back? I'm telling you, Jeremiah's the sniper. Oh, indirect. A
They're
headshot.
ruling head for Jeremiah.
Ooh.
I guess that means no emitter.
Yeah.
No, head to Jeremiah.
So it can be
Excuse
anybody's
me.
match right now. So
It is 7-6.
come on.
This
I'm
is
rooting for
absolutely to the wire.
I'm
Jeremiah's
rooting for
taking the
Joanna.
aggression.
No lie. Ooh, headshot.
I think that was first contact
Headshot.
from Jeremiah to the hand.
I see first contact from
Yeah, it looks
Joanna.
like refs are also calling first contact
Yeah.
from Jeremiah. No,
Yes.
they're changing directions. Okay, they're giving Jeremiah
And
no,
head.
direct-
Joanna
head
won.
from Joanna. Okay.
Headshot.
They're saying that came
Joanna
first.
took the match.
Nice. Yeah, that
See,
was-
I told you,
that was a
Joanna's
tight
one of those fighters you cannot miss.
I'm
The
well
moment
aware.
you miss, you will get sniped.
I thought he got the hand. Wait, there's a match in purple
But
ring.
these two fighters is a good match to fight.
We have no time, Jose.
Hey, Jeremiah, can you come take a seat with me right here?
Are we doing? There's another fight going.
Oh, don't worry.
We're doing? Are we
Yeah.
doing after?
Yeah, I want
We
to talk
have
to Jeremiah
Dakota's
as.
now here. This
Hi,
is your
Dakota.
commentator now. Goodbye.
Oh, so we have and John the Duke. The Duke is actually pretty precise as well. This man is a technical fighter, and I've never seen the other fighter before, so it's a first for me.
Cat has extremely good footwork and is an extremely
Ooh, nice
precise
shot.
puncher.
She got him with indirect right to the emitter. She looks like she has fencing skills by her way of footwork.
She does historical European saber fencing.
Oh, nice. So, strength versus, yeah, I know, right?
It's a little bit of strength on both parts. And a lot of precision from both fighters. Oh.
Break. Ooh, I couldn't see that.
They're calling
Head. A pair.
They're calling they couldn't see.
Clean shot.
So a clean shot on Cat.
So I'm going to bring another commentator. Hey, Jeremiah. Oh, my God.
I'm still here.
I know, right? Ooh, nice shot. So it might have been defensive or under the hilt shot. I'm calling clean shot from under the hilt. Indirect. What? The judges saw something else. What? Oh, nice. I saw a defensive. You saw it too, right? But I guess the shot still got to the emitter. It's not rigged. It's not rigged. I kid you not. Andre is from a different base. So is Hikaru. No, actually, they're both from the same base, but all the people on the ring right now are from different.
We have a Starbird and
Irvine. Oh, Irvine. Disarm! Hit her! Finish her!
They call break.
Finish her! We love this.
We love blood. Bloodshed.
Wait. Question
Lightspeed
is.
Saber League is not a blood sport. This has been your warning.
Yes, we are all about safety. But when things happen like that, we like to hear finish it. That's a good question. Finish her. Round 1. So, quick question. How's it rigged? I would like to know your comment. How is it rigged? We're all friendly here. We just would like to hear your opinion. Oh, no, I know it's a joke, but I just like to hear people's opinion. I know, right? So, quick question. What do you think of the last exchange? I don't know who Carrot Top is. I'm new to their stream, even though I have my own stream. Oh, give me a second. I'll be right back, folks.
Alright, red ultimately this is 1 point to blue. That makes Cat the win. Cat from Starboard has taken the win over John from Irvine base. Yes, I just got it. It was a very hard fought match. wish I could tell you what bases they're from. I know Kevin is from Oregon. I believe Will is from Irvine. Please don't quote me. Maybe wrong. However, I've seen just a sliver of both of them. They're both very intense fighters. I think this will be a very enjoyable match for all.
What's your base name?
Okay, Kevin is from Basin Saber Academy. Very good. Ali has hope. Oh, good clash. No touches. Oh, a leg touch. And what appears to be a clean call on the leg of Will from Kevin. The call was reversed due to honor. Therefore, it has been given to Will as a unclean hit. First contact goes to Will. Secondary action goes to Kevin. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what just happened. 2 points have been awarded to Red. Indirect hit on Kevin is one ref's call, and then a indeterminable for him. It is a throw out. Great. I have been roughing too long. 2 points awarded to Red for a clean hand strike. Use Saber to save regulation. Who has blue? My bad. I'm sorry. Who has blue? We have a purple and a red. Who are we referring to? And all gear is checked prior to fighting. All gear is measured and weighed to make sure everything is safe, secure, proper length. All blades are 36 inches from the emitter, and there's a certain weight limit for the got a unclean hit from blue. Oh, it is blue. Blue to red. Oh, clean hit from Will to Kevin on the hand. 2 points awarded to red. Good blade play. And a clean simul. Wow. I am really doing bad at this referee. Clean strike on Kevin. Unclean strike on Will. 1 point award to Kevin. Oh, blade player. No contact. Oh. Clean strike on red. 7-5. No contact so far. So, rules with simultaneous. Oh, that was a clean strike end of the match. With a simultaneous, they both hit at the same audible time. Unclean is, and then a delayed would be slap, slap. It's based on initiation of the blade. If an attack is initiated before the first attack lands, that would be considered a unclean strike, 1 point awarded, unless it is head priority. The high ground. I mean, we have someone with the high ground. He is 6'9", guaranteed the high ground. Can never lose the high ground. Oh, defensive action for red, giving him a 10-5 winning score. We're ready to turn this.
Let's try this mic.
We have John and Steve. And then Kat and Kevin on deck. We've got Big Boy Precision and Steve, who I have not seen fight yet.
Until I saw the glasses, I was like, that's Jeremiah's mom. She's in the middle of the street.
Color commentate with me.
Alright, I'll try.
You got this. Arden, what are you doing? All right, we've got Steve and John. I've never seen Steve fight.
Steve is really, I think he fights really well.
Steve is aggressive and fights well, you say?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know either of their records currently. I'm not a great color commentator, mostly because I just kind of walked over after reffing.
Nice.
Let's roll. Congratulations, you've reached 100 messages today.
Thank you.
So, it is the mic on the left. The mic on the left is kind of poop. The mic on the right is significantly better. Figured that one out just now. All right. So, they both have to start behind that blue line. It may be kind of hard for the camera to pick out the one on the far side.
I'm not sure if it's even there. I think they just start behind that flower.
All right. That was all blade, but they still called break. Both refs have chosen to say that there was no contact, so they are restarting.
Sure.
Oh, what appears to be a indirect hit on green's hand from red. An indirect is when it touches the blade and then immediately touches the hand. So it's not a push out blade out of the way, so not a beat strike. A beat strike is where you push their blade out of the way and make your strike. Oh!
Another indirect, I think.
I'm
not entirely sure what I saw.
I actually believe that may have been a second contact.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Oh, we have contradicting calls? That is... They have chosen to deliberate rather than throw out. That shows just how important this match could be for both fighters if they're choosing to deliberate something like this. Their decision.
Yeah, now we're just right.
They're calling indirect from red to green. 1 point award to red. So there was blade play and a slide down. Oh, they call it an indirect. They saw something that we did not. Very good. That is why they're reffing and we're color commentating. Not just the powered condenser mic, but the women and the children. Oh. Oh, here they go. I believe that was a simultaneous, yes. Simultaneous is that instantaneous, both hit at the same time, or at least what is perceived at the same time. We don't have slow motion eyes on the refs, and we don't have a slow motion camera running. Now that is a secondary action from red, a strike on the arm from green first landed, and a secondary to the glove from red. A very solid hit. That was within time, so it wasn't a late shot. Oh, that was a... Interesting.
I did not see that. Yeah, I saw green.
Green must have just barely whiffed.
Unfortunate.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a nice
but it was indirect because it slid down the blade to touch the emitter, then the glove right afterwards. No way you can get out of that one. Oh, another indirect from green on red, sliding down the blade once more. Is very intense back and forth. There's a good forward feint by green, and a slappity-dappity clean shot on red to the hand. 2 points award to green.
Clean or
5
assault?
all.
That was clean.
That was clean.
They call
And
it
now
assault.
it's 5 all.
Oh!
So what do you guys want for lunch?
I don't know.
We are seeing a delayed hit,
Go whenever you guys are ready.
All right.
Let me see what's in here.
which means that red was after a 1 second delay. His swing did not initiate until the hit made contact with his body, which meant it was a delayed secondary action.
Nice.
Now there was a clean shot from red onto green's hand, making it 7 all. Sudden death. Anyone's game. This next point will decide the match. What? Oh! A clean shot
Clean shot.
on green,
That was
but it is hard for the refs to tell. They're deliberating.
a messy match.
Yeah,
That was.
messy.
They have agreed that the clean strike is red to green, giving John the match over Steve. A back and forth match ended in a very close end.
All right.
We are now entering the final match of Kat versus Kevin. Kat is from Starbird in Irving, Texas, and Kevin is from Basin Saber Academy.
Nice commentating with you.
Enjoy your lunch. Enjoy your lunch. Need a random color commentator, please? Let's see who we can randomly pull. Adrian. Aiden. Get over here. Aiden. Right here. Color commentate with me. Never mind. Bye-bye. Kang.
I can't stay long, but I will stick around for as long as I can. Okay.
Hey, commentator, are you going out for hookers and what?
Okay. Are we following our guidelines here? Seems like our chat may not be. So, we do want to try to keep this family friendly. So, just a little warning there. So, let's. So we will not pursue this path of conversation. Okay. All right.
Oh!
What's going on? Tell
There
me.
was a shot clean on the hand from Kevin to Kat. Kevin is the blue saber. Kat is the pink saber. Oh, clean strike from pink onto blue, making pink retake the lead. A good amount of blade play, but no contact. Oh, a beautiful head strike from blue onto pink.
I like how you just rose above all that flutter. You know, he's like, I'm not messing with any of that. You know.
He's like, I choose to go over. Thank you. Let's see. Good standoff.
Oh,
dodge.
Attempt to defend and skates away, but she chases.
And a clean strike onto his arm, I believe, is what the call would be.
All right, so we have a question about the rules in the chat, actually. So I think we'll finish up this match, right? And then we'll go over some of the rules. Go for it, Dak.
We are a beautiful swing and a return to hit the chest, I believe.
Do you think that was a counterattack?
I wouldn't call it a counter. I would call it clean. There was too much of a delay from her block to her swing.
Could be, could be.
But we will see what the refs choose to call. They are choosing a clean strike due to that slight delay.
That looked like a good defense to me, but okay. I guess I got to go with the rest call.
Oh, I'm not sure what break was called. Oh,
Yeah,
an indirect
I
from
saw a
one,
good
but a
deflect there.
blind from the other. Indirect from blue to pink. Ah, it must have slid down just to where we couldn't see it. Oh, that's how you adjust them. We have learned today. Electrocute Yoda.
Okay, so that's the final bout of the pink box qualifiers. So that goes to tabulation. We'll be figuring out who goes to eliminations. We'll be taking top 16 for today's direct elimination tournament. So we got a question about the rules, actually. So I guess we can go over some basics. Dak, you want to help us with some basics or what?
All right, some basics. So we have clean strikes. Actually, I believe, what is the top priority? The top priority is indirect hit, correct?
It is actually, yeah. But I think the average person probably doesn't need to know a whole ton about that. It
Doesn't
can be a
need to
little
know the
bit
pyramid head?
granular. Yeah, it can get a bit
Okay.
granular. Yeah. All we'll say is that in order for you to get full score, it does need to be a direct hit. So accuracy is important.
Yeah, a direct hit is worth 2 points, unless it is a return, not return assault, but parry and riposte.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's
Parry
or
and riposte
counterattack.
is or counterattack is worth 3 points. That is the highest pointed attack, and what that means is you have blocked them and immediately struck back to score a clean point on them. A clean would be you hit them and they don't return a strike within a certain period of time. That is typically what it really initiates is it means by the time the attack hits, was there initiation of a counterattack or a secondary attack? If there wasn't, it is a clean strike. If there was, it is an unclean strike if that secondary attack lands.
Yeah, that's right. And I like that little bop thing that you did on the table. That's a really good demonstration. We have a question here. How are the values given on the sheet on your website? I see they go 1 to 50. So I'm afraid I'm not sure what you're referring to. The point system for Lightspeed Saber maxes out at 3 points. As Dakota was talking about, that is for a counterattack. So the only way to score a 3-pointer is with a counterattack. Otherwise, you can get, what's a headshot? You get...
A headshot is a 2.
2 points for headshot, that's right, yeah.
Unless it lands second, in which case I believe you just get the secondary attack and you lower your opponent's attack by 1.
Actually, a common misconception, but if you score the headshot, it doesn't matter what happens after it, actually. So,
Well, if they hit you first and then you score the headshot.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, of course, yeah. That does nullify any headshot you scored. So, yeah, most of the time, if you landed first, you're going to be the one who scores, yeah. Although there are a couple exceptions, though.
A major one being if you were to hit their lower leg and they were to hit your head following right after, they take 1 point for a return assault call.
Yeah, and so that goes to the person striking on the head, actually. Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what? Do you know why we came up with that rule?
Lower leg doesn't kill you.
Well, yeah.
It does.
Well, that's true, but I mean that goes for limbs as well, right? So we did make a special situation specifically for the leg. So and the reason why is because we had a lot of shenanigans going on the floor. So we had people literally laying on their stomachs making Saber angels off the floor, and it's a little bit dangerous. It looks stupid, but honestly, it is actually kind of hard to fight against.
I remember that.
So what we made sure that people doing that, going real low, would be forced to protect their heads, So yeah, it does have a certain sense of realism, but gameplay and safety also factored in as well.
Yeah, it is a very unsafe position to be found on the floor because then you might accidentally get stepped on by your opponent.
Yes, and I've done that a few times myself, C. Pataz is asking about some of the stuff on the website. What you're referring to are the values of their grades. So that's just numbers that we use to determine the value of that person's ranking. So an A rank is worth 50 points. B rank is worth 40 points, etc. So we use those to determine how strong the tournament is, actually. So we take those numbers and we crunch an average or median value, and that's how we know how good the tournament is. And we actually use those values to decide what the tournament is worth. So the higher the value of the tournament, the higher the rankings you can earn when you win those tournaments. So if it's a low ranking tournament, then you don't earn a whole lot of high rank. So, but if it's a high ranking tournament, you can earn a B or an A, something like that.
And fighters who are unranked, are they worth 0 points?
That's a good question. You know what? That one's tough because unranked means they're kind of unranked may as well mean unknown. because we just don't know how good they are. You know, they could be completely new, or they could come from a different fighting system, and so they could be a very well-versed, seasoned competitor actually. So it's really hard to know. So they're actually scored with a 1. Actually,
They scored with a 1
Yeah,
instead of a
that's
0,
right, yeah.
just because we're completely unsure.
Yeah,
'Cause
well-
we have folks like Kat who come in with historical European saber fencing.
That's right, yeah.
When they come in, or Russ with years and years of saber
Yeah,
experience.
and they're all U ranked, but
they're all worth points because we are unsure of their skill
right,
level.
unranked, unknown, definitely not unskilled though. You know, yeah. So that's exactly why that occurs. Yeah, and I think it's proven itself today because Russ has had a phenomenal performance today, and Kat has done extremely well as well, actually. So.
Indeed. We've actually had quite a few lower-ranked fighters do exceptionally well this tournament.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Quite a few unknowns have done well, and some E ranks have also done pretty well for themselves this tournament.
Yeah. Rock Hardly asks, are there unranked tournaments? Actually, there are, and in Virginia just had one called That's No Moon. That was their unranked tournament, and they actually had 4 people graduate to E after that.
I believe my most recent tournament, the Star Cash tournament, was unranked, wasn't it?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, great.
You're the director.
Because Selassie failed out in qualifiers, and he was the only ranked one going into that tournament.
So it turned into an unranked tournament.
So it turned into an unranked tournament really fast. It went from ranked to unranked really, really fast.
Yeah, well, I mean, formally speaking, if it's unranked, that means that no one of any rank would be allowed to enter, actually, formally speaking. So it's common for there to be, for example, an E and under tournament or D and under tournament. These are ways to help those lower rankings graduate up, you know, in a friendly environment. So, Rock Hardly asked, the 2 you've mentioned are teachers, right? Russ and Kat are both teachers, right?
Yes, they are both instructors within their Starboard base. I believe Russ is the head of Starboard base, and Kat is his officer. Outside of them, do we have any more instructors within this tournament?
That's a great question. I don't know if there are any other formal teachers here, although there are definitely team captains here, though, including yourself.
Indeed.
Do you have any coaches on the Star Temple staff?
We have one coach. His name is Mark. He's been with us since we started. He was actually the founder of Star Temple.
Oh, really?
He ended
I
up
didn't know that.
stepping down from the founding position. And
Are we talking about Mark Zipper?
Mark Zipper,
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
He decided he wanted to step away and leave room for someone else to step up, and I ended up filling that position pretty early on. Oh, I see we have a sparring match going on with Hikaru and Ali.
Yeah. Have you fenced Ali at all?
I have not fenced Ali. I've fenced Hikaru a little bit just for a fun little sparring match.
I'm really liking Ali's style. She has a really distinct stance and movement. Distinct guards, very photogenic actually, because it's just so interesting compared to other people. And she's been using what people have started calling the crab stance. I don't see her doing it right now, but she's used it to quite good effect. And I'll be honest with you, I sparred with her yesterday. And I just could not get a pattern on her. She was so off for me, and I took quite a few hits from her. I gotta admit.
She fights with a very strange style and has incredible hooking motions, and she can whip her blade in multiple directions right off of each swing.
Yeah.
It's extremely impressive. I believe Ali is an unranked fighter, correct?
Yeah, this is her first competition, and her team is very, very new. Klamath Falls, I think they're called the Basin Saber Academy out of Klamath Falls, Oregon. That team only just registered a couple months ago, actually. But it turns out she's been fighting in some form for at least 2 years before that. So she's definitely not as inexperienced as I was expecting.
Unknown.
Yeah, unknown. Exactly. That's right. Well said. Yeah.
A completely unknown character. As far as unranked goes, they can go from anywhere from Ali with a couple years of experience to someone like me who had never picked up a blade weapon ever. I had never fought with a blade weapon before and thought it'd be fun. Here I am. 4 years later.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's amazing that we got to that point. We've got a question here from the Lone Stranger. Could you show off some of the sabers they use and what to do to make a good fighting saber? Oh, that's a good question. You got anything on hand, Dak?
For a good
Is
fighting
it okay if I
saber,
call you Dak? Does anyone call you that?
Dak is fine.
Okay.
A good fighting saber is any saber that can definitely take a blow, in my opinion. I also believe it doesn't need to have sound. Sound makes it really fun and really cool to watch, but as far as actually dueling goes, the sound isn't necessary. What does matter is it has to have a good feel in your hand as a fighter. Rock Hard Lee is correct. Sound can kill your battery a lot faster. I have a very customized saber, and that sound kills my battery. When it was a stunt, it lasted for weeks of duels, and now that it got sound, it dies after about a day.
I found that sound also adds more things that break, because once the sound busts, the light often busts as well. So, so yeah, I definitely find it to be a kind of a pain in the butt. Do you have your sabers near here, nearby?
Not in particular. Mine are pretty far away, actually.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna grab a saber so that we can talk to Lone Stranger here.
All right. As he goes to do that, I'll narrate this sparring match a little bit and kind of talk about a little more rules as it goes. What they're doing is called an honor point match. They have no ref, no one calling it. They just call every time they're hit. And sometimes they might call, oh, you definitely got me here, and stuff like that. Allie's still not quite using the crab stance, but she's still using a very strange stance. As we can tell, Hikaru's style is extremely fluid and motion-oriented. And they are now stepping away as Kang brings back a stunt saber.
All right, would you switch us over to commentator?
I don't know how to do that.
Just go ahead and touch it right there, commentator scene. Just below it, just below it.
Wow,
There we go.
I did it.
All right, awesome, good.
Learning Twitch, here we
We're
go.
learning stuff. Okay, so guys, so this is an Ultra Saber Initiate V3. It's a super saber and very inexpensive. This one is blue, but anyway, so this is one of the oldest sabers that I actually own. And it's really, really simple, okay, because I just prefer stuff that works. It's got 2 chokes on it, so you can grab it here or you can grab it here, all right? And it's about 10 inches long, so if you like to single-hand it, it's nice and light. But if you want to two-hand it, it's long enough for you to generate some leverage, okay? And it's like we've talked about, it has no sound, so it's very reliable. And then one thing that I like about it in particular is it's nice and sleek. There's no extra stuff on it that can make gripping it uncomfortable or anything like that. So it's good for spinning. It's also good in the hand when I'm fencing with it as well. So those are the reasons that I like this one. I generally don't recommend Ultra Sabers in general. I did have this one gutted and replaced with parts inside, so it's more reliable. But if you're looking for a budget saber that will work for combat, this will work well enough for the price.
For a slightly more expensive choice, I went with the Eris from Saber Forge for my first ever blade, and then had it completely gutted and installed with sound, a specialty laser instead of LEDs, just to kind of change the way the color looked as it flowed through the blade. I've loved it, especially the Eris has some strange ribbing down right past where Kang's second little choke point is. Mine has ribbing all through here and little squares that just make it really easy to grip. Unfortunately, it also has a pommel that makes it really addictive to hold the pommel.
Addictive to hold the pommel,
because it feels so good in the hand to hold something that's like a baseball-sized object. And I've since learned I'm not supposed to do that, because that really makes it hard to control your power as you swing, especially when you're doing big arcs like you have to do when you're palming a saber that's as heavy as an Eris.
Yeah, and Rockhard Lee asked a couple questions here. When you say building, do you mean you're doing the internals yourself? I mean, I personally don't know how to do internals. Do you?
I don't. I refer to other people like Tony.
Troy Kurtzinger dropping in here. We're talking about doing internals on the inside here. Troy Kurtzinger, our sole crossguard user today at the tournaments. Are you a builder, Troy?
So I haven't built a saber myself, but as I say,
Here, watch out. Oh,
You know what?
you have
Troy,
some?
swap in.
Yeah. Go ahead and swap in with us here. Sorry.
that cross needs maintenance more than my car does. So
Oh,
I've,
yeah.
I've taken the thing apart and put it back together a good few times.
Yeah. So, Troy, what do you think? Rock Hardly asks, is it better to buy empty hilts and have the internals put in by a third party, or is it better to just trust the general manufacturers with their internals?
It depends entirely on who you're buying it from, who's putting it together, because both ways can leave you a little bit burnt. Because the absolute safest way is going to a sabersmith you know really well and grabbing a hilt or making a hilt that you really like. But that's the more expensive option. It'll give you a lot of customization, and it's probably likely to last. It should last. If you know the sabersmith well, he's probably going to put that thing together really well. But it's an expensive option. But if you can find a saber seller that will put you together a functional saber for a low price, probably go with it. Obviously, look up how they are. I believe Ultra Sabers and Saber Forge have a habit where anything with installed electronics will die so fast. Faster than the first character in a horror movie. Gone.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
if you can find one with a good history, you can usually get a good deal on a functional saber. So depends on what you want, what your budget is.
Yeah, definitely well said there. and you know, but there are good manufacturers out there though. They're just not as well known. Ultra Sabers and Saber Forge definitely have the largest names, but a lot of names have gained traction since then, you know, and many of them frankly offer a better price and better quality than those actually. Although they're so I found that they're extremely in demand because of that reason, so it can be quite tough to actually get one of those sabers because they're so backed up.
Probably the most point of that is I've heard the absolute best things about the Saber Trio, but every time I open their website, everything is out of stock.
Yeah, pretty much, yes. That's why we carry a couple key sabers on our website, actually, at lightspeedsaber.com. So if you are interested in a reliable saber for a really good, affordable price, drop on our website. We've still got a few left in stock, so please check those out, and hopefully you'll have something very durable and very effective for your Lightspeed saber fencing or whatever kind of combat you want to do.
I will say that I've seen the Persuader. It's probably been in use for a couple months now. I don't think I've seen one have any hardware issues so far.
Which ones?
The Persuader, the one that
Persuader,
sell
yeah,
on the website.
yeah.
I haven't seen one go dead yet. There might still be time.
I did in fact finally break one. The inner chassis snapped actually, so it's the first one to really get damaged. But
Did it rattle through?
I don't know. I'm not sure how it happened. What I know is that the chassis broke, and so it released some tension, and so the battery cage is no longer tight enough. So when you install the battery, it's no longer able to hit both ends. You know. Fortunately, though, the manufacturer does guarantee the chassis for life. Actually, yeah. And so you just gotta let them know and send it in, and they'll take care of it for you. Actually, so it's pretty nice. Website specifically for people building sabers. TCSS. Yeah, Rock Hard Lee's talking to other members in the chat. So. Okay, so we are on break right now as we are going to be calculating the results and determining who is moving into the elimination. So we will be back. We'll be back. I think we're probably going to be starting around 3:30. So we'll get the stream back up about 3, and we'll probably have the action starting around 3:30 then. So we'll take a break for a bit, and we'll see you all back here in a couple hours, right?
For our viewers, Kang, is the VOD of this stream going anywhere?
Great question. Yeah, we will probably. Well, the VOD will definitely be on Twitch, and for YouTube, we will probably break it up into pieces. Actually, so we'll find the most interesting bits. We had quite some interesting conversations actually while we were here, including we were critiquing your Ren Saber for a while, whether we think they're any good in Star Wars or in combat, and whether that actually even works in Star Wars or not as a crossguard. So we had quite some interesting conversations. So when you're with us, we're not just talking the fight, we're also talking about some other fascinating subjects as well. So please tune in on some of those at our YouTube channel. You can find us by just searching for Lightspeed Saber League, and we should be the first thing that pops up on YouTube. All right. So any closing thoughts, Troy, before we close out?
It's been a great day of fighting.
Okay, excellent. So thanks for joining us on the live stream, and hopefully we'll see you later, Troy, and hopefully we'll see all of you later as well. Looks like one last comment here. R2 heavy, but okay. All right. It sounds like that's something for the chat.
Saber
So.
manufacturers.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much. We will see y'all in a couple hours. Goodbye. And may the force be with you, of course.
The force be with you.
All right.